here we go. Hopefully everything is well. How are you guys doing today? Welcome in. Welcome on in. Let me give you guys some time to get in today. Welcome on in, you guys. Hope all is well. All right, there we go. Hey love, I hope all is well. Gratitude, no coincidence, I just said that. Welcome on in. I feel like I have the eyes that I need, so let's go ahead and get into it. I have a few disclaimers, okay? Hopefully the volume is well. Please, can someone give me some thumbs ups, okay? If the volume is well. Gratitude. But I was gonna say I do have some disclaimers, you guys. Looking forward, okay? Looking forward. I'm hearing something about looking forward. All right, so that means stay open, okay? That could mean to have a open mind or keep an open mind, all right? Gratitude, thank you. The next thing I want to say is don't shoot me, all right? Don't shoot me. I am just the middleman, all right? So that means I'm getting my information from someone behind me, all right? It's coming through me. So when the message comes through to you, don't shoot at me, all right? Ashe, gratitude. So as you can see by the title here, someone has been contacted by Sirens. Dude, I literally have been so anticipated on doing this reading. I am obsessed, okay? There's something, it's so curious. I feel like mermaids, as you guys may know, okay, I'm just gonna call them that so you guys can understand me a little bit better. But I'm so interested. I love the mystery they carry. Everything about them, it just has my antennas like this, okay? No coincidence, I'm wearing this aqua, all right? It's vibes. Ashe, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate the support. So let's go ahead and get into it. I am so ready. First of all, let me get some water. So water is the, middleman. Asheo. Something is saying pay attention to the shadows. Pay attention to the shadows, all right, in my room. All right, so let's get into it. I want to pull a card just because. Let's set the energy off. Okay, let's start everything fresh. Let's get right. All right, I think that would be the best thing to do. Let's pull a card and then we're going to get into all of my beloved downloads. Okay, real tea. So sit on back, get your popcorn, and let's get it. Ashe? Excuse me. Yes, Spirit, come through. Let's see here. Alrighty. So we have the Six of Wands. Alright, the Six of Wands. Now pay attention to this card and every one that is in it, okay? Something about being one, something about a connection here, alright? I'm hearing intertwined. Something has been connected or it's merged. I'm also hearing something about a collapse. Okay, so this sounds like something meshing. Something has meshed. Okay, I'm literally getting that from this card. All right, these people make me think of oneness or some form of whole. Okay, so something about a collective of things. Okay, merging. Ashe, so let's get into it. Hey. All right, so like you can see here, I feel like I need to get more water. All right. Something about peppermints are symbolic here. Peppermint oil, all right, or extract, excuse me. Let me see here. So we have the Nifos, all right? We have the Nomos, okay, which are connected to the Dogon tribe. Ashe. Then we have the Nagas. Then we have the Nades, all right? So these are, quote, mermen or mermaids, okay? All right, these are sea creatures, or as they would prefer, sea deities, okay? These are actual beings. These are real people, okay? Whether they be on land or not, all right? So keep that in mind, whether they be on land or not, all right? So let's get into it. I did some research because when my spirit guides come through, when the messages come through, baby, we connect the dots. We like to post little pieces. We like to get it in, okay? Ashe. So I looked up nymph, literally. And it sounds like Nifo, which is the actual, I guess, quote, name, right? We're just going to quote it. It's the name of the mermaid, okay? But I looked up nymph, all right? And what came up was a beautiful woman, all right? And I thought that was very funny. So then I looked up nympho, and it says a woman, okay, again, with a very strong sexual desire, all right? And for some reason, what came to mind, the first thing that I heard was a woman with a very strong sexual power, okay? So I don't know what this energy is connecting to, okay? Like I said, something about being a one or a unit, a whole, okay? Pay attention to the water, the seas, the oceans, the rivers. Everything flows all into the same seemingly pit, okay? It's a cycle. So whatever this is, okay, this energy, whatever it talks about, I'm feeling something about a woman being highly symbolic to these tribes, okay? Aquatic. I'm hearing something about aquatic, okay? So these are like, what's the word? Hybrids, okay? These are deities, real beings who can, I guess, I'm hearing something about their habitat. They don't have one set origin, okay? These are, you ever see like they're saying like a butterfly, it comes from a chrysalis and it literally morphs, okay? So something here is, okay? So I'm definitely getting something about divine powers, sexual energy though, okay? This is a woman, all right? So yeah, take it how it resonates. But anyways, then something made me look up lymph nodes, okay? Lymph nodes like these, because it sounds like nymphos, right? All right, so lymph node, go look it up yourself. It literally means, okay, there's two definitions, but it's crazy. It literally said pure water. Wow. Okay, so I really found that was quite interesting. Lymph nodes literally means pure water, okay? A nymph is a beautiful woman, all right? So something is very powerful and connected to women, water to be exact, okay? Think about when a child is being born, okay? How submerged they are in water, okay? Think about how important it is for women to, when they're giving birth, how it's important for us to sit in water, okay? So something very symbolic there. Also, not to mention how we are composed of water, okay? It's our composition is what I'm hearing. It's our composition. Something about being natural. I'm hearing amphibians, okay? So women could be natural amphibians, all right? Something very symbolic about women and babies, all right? But let me get into it. So the sirens, they had me write down sirens, okay? Like the sea and reens, okay? So the sirens, as you guys know, the sirens, think about when you hear sirens outside, like the ambulance, the police, I don't know, the UPS truck, there's always some type of like alarm, right, going off. So think about what these quote sirens do or why they do what they do, okay? When you hear a police car, typically something is happening or something has happened, okay? It's kind of like to alert everyone, right? So think about why, per se, these sirens, these mermaids would ring or sing or alert everything around them. Why would they be doing that? And they're pulling me to dolphins, okay? Something about how dolphins sing and they communicate in that form. It's very symbolic to some form of alert, okay? Think about it. Whew. So I have here lullabies. Something, like I said, women and children are very symbolic. So think about a lullaby and how it can be alluring, okay? Also, I have here cat calling. I have a cat and I pay attention to my cat. She has a period every month, okay, for like a week strong. And she howls. She howls really loudly. And what do you think that is? Think about, okay, so let me stop myself. Think about when a man cat calls. What is he doing? He's talking to an attractive woman, okay? He's trying to allure an attractive woman. So when my cat is on her period, she is literally howling to attract, okay? So it's the something about, I don't know, think about when a cow moos or a dog barks or a bird chirps. 11:11. It's a song. It's a song. And I thought it was very odd because I looked up the word Psalms in the Bible. You know the reference, Psalms. Okay, I think it's, what would that be considered? Like chapter Psalms? No? Verse songs? Yeah. But anyways, I looked up the actual definition, the word. What does it mean? And literally what came up was a sacred song or hymn. Okay, so what do these sirens do? They hymn, they call in a sense of like, they keep taking me to dolphins, like echolocation. It's like something is like almost like a domino effect, okay? But I'm definitely getting something about like a soft song or like a soft sound or sweet songs, okay? Things that will basically attract you or lure you, okay? So I thought it was very funny that cats, okay? Notice cats don't like to get in water, okay? So I feel like that has something to do with dimensions or water being connected to portals, okay? Or traveling or something like that. I just thought of that, okay? So let me continue. I'm dry. Let me pull a card. So something about gentle songs are symbolic here. Gentle songs, all right? Literally. So I wanted to mention this. You may hear a lot of like allegations rather about these beings, these deities, that they can be very wicked, or they could be very deadly, or they're very aggressive, okay? Things of that nature. Like I said, I'm highly attracted to them. Like I love their curiosity. It makes me wonder, okay? But something about the first thing I was asking them, because I wanted to clarify, you know, whether or not they were the wicked or the evil, or did they eat babies, for example. Like these are things I searched for because this is what we want to know. These are mermaids, okay? Like what do you do, what do you not? Do you guys actually eat people? You know, things of that nature. So the first thing they had me write down was light, okay? Light. They are legitimately peaceful. They actually had me write down the term serene, which meant calm, peaceful, and unbothered, okay? So these aren't chaotic beings by nature, okay? By nature. They aren't chaotic. But they had me also write down the term territorial, okay? They are territorial. They can be, all right? It's not to fear, okay? It's not to fear them, but they can pick up, they can sense, okay? Just like any other animal, person, or living thing, all right? They can feel, and sometimes they have a defense mechanism, and that defense mechanism may lead to other things, okay? Also something about nature being like, I guess, survival, like every man for themselves. So there's no rules in nature, all right? And that's funny, when I was sitting next to the water, it was like a little river flow of water, I seen a pair of scissors. Okay, so that's symbolic here. Also feel like there has been a lot of like illusion placed upon this community of people or deities. Okay, so I have here real beings cut off from land. Okay, so this is what they had me write down. These are actual beings who were cut off from land. Okay, so once upon a time, like I said, if you are amphibian, think about a frog. They're born in water, but they can travel, you know, outside of that habitat, you know what I mean? So same thing here is what they're saying, especially when you are a hybrid species. Okay, so you have the ability to morph, okay, or change or adjust, adapt, right? So what they had me write here was they were actual real beings who were cut off from land. So I don't want to get ahead of myself, but they're having me think of these slave ships. Think about the slave ships and how a lot of people were dumped over, or how they were killed, or you know what I mean, you know, chopped into millions of pieces and dumped into the sea. Okay, these are actual people who, or spirits, you know what I mean, who are living amongst these very same places. Okay, so the story never dies is what they said. Something about being legendary or carrying on a legacy. Okay, that's why I said that's no coincidence. Something has been like there's an illusion. Okay, there's a false perception over these deities. Okay, just like the Anunnaki is what I just heard. All right, so let me continue. I see here, so many found their way into the lands divided, I quoted, divided into two. Okay, so they had me write, many found their way back into the land. Okay, so this is like you being kidnapped and traded and, you feel me, sold overseas, and for some reason somehow you get thrown over, right? Maybe you jumped, and a lot of these people died, right? A lot of these people didn't make it. A lot of these people were already dead before they were dumped. Okay, so a lot of what they're saying here is many people found their way back to land. Okay, so they made it back safely. All right, something about the Red Sea. Okay, the Red Sea. Think about what the Red Sea defines or what it means. Okay, what it looks like. It's something being divided. Okay, something being parted. All right, so something about for the help, or for the help of people, or you know. So I'm seeing here Harriet Tubman. This is what they had me write. Harriet Tubman, when she walked through the water, think about it. This was spiritual. Okay, this was a spiritual thing. Think about these tribes in Africa. Okay, these tribes practice true root. Okay, true root work. So when you have these higher spirits coming through and basically leading them back to shore, okay, just like Harriet Tubman, when she was walking through that lake or whatever that was, it was something spiritual that parted. Okay, it was something spiritual that assisted her. Okay, so same thing here. These deities that are, I'm hearing something about surrendering the soul. Okay, this is like setting them free. Okay, getting them safe to land. Actually, so I'm seeing that here. They also had me write body parts being thrown into the waters, which is what I mentioned. Okay, so think about what a hybrid is. Okay, these are like mixed genes or mixed genetics or different features, like one half and half. Okay, so this is literally what it is. It's as simple as it gets. Okay, they didn't just make up their own race. You know what I mean? This is something that actually had to happen. Okay, so there is life currently in the ocean, in the waters, for a reason. Okay, kind of like we fell, we went into slavery as land people for a reason. Okay, to rise. This is all a plan. Like I said, if something is whole, it's one. They're gonna keep highlighting that. I'm seeing here the nymphos again. So the nymphos, they have some type of like part or help. They're helping rise humanity here, or they're a service onto humanity. This is more than we even realize. All right, think about it. They live in the water. What do we need to sustain? So Think about it. Also, we don't clean up the waters. You never see a human cleaning the waters. Who is doing it? Where would the trash be going? Okay, it's not just animals eating it. Okay, nothing happens by accident. Let me pull a card. Also saying eat. They're saying eat, like that's what they eat, that's what they consume, or that's how they do something. It's like they use it. Okay? Something about being at the bottom. Think about it. When you drop your trash at the bottom, those bottom feeders, right? Technically, they would eat it. They would take it. Survive. Something about surviving. Okay? Let me see. Okay, so I see here it's science. There's a science to it. Maybe there's no energy there. So we have to get into it. I went to ask about the Bermuda, all right? I had to get some information on the Bermuda or try to connect some dots, right? We all want to know about that. So basically what they stated, yeah, the moon card. So this is both sides. You see there's pillars here. Pillars stop the water, okay? Pillars are holding the waters back, okay? Stopping from things to flow in or for us to be flooded. You see both sides of this land is covered, surrounded by water. I always tell y'all this. We are the people intruding the waters. So you see how this piece of land is literally covered by waters. And also something about mountains are symbolic here. I mentioned earlier being serene or being very calm, peaceful beings. Think about how calm and peaceful, or what's the word? Like, I guess it would be almost like mountains can be looked at as like very, I forget, like remote. Okay, Ashe, thank you. Like very remote, okay? Far from people, far from buildings, far from, go look up the term remote, all right? It's far off. So these beings, they require this. So when you see people in their face, that's funny. When you see people in their face, it's like, it's almost like a sense of protection. Like I said, they can be territorial, all right? Just like you, right? So yes, like I said, I looked into the Bermuda Triangle with them, all right? I needed to know. I needed some information on it. And they did give me some. Let me get some water, though, because I'm really dry. Oh, my God. Okay, so they said, I asked them, so are people really going missing? Like, are people literally getting swallowed, you know? I cut straight to the cheese, you feel me? So what they said to me was, people get lost. No, people get lost. So, like I mentioned before, it's a science. Certain angles, think about like a 3-point turn, okay? Certain angles can get you stuck, all right? So basically what they were mentioning is a lot of, even like planes, for example, not just boats, planes as well. Certain angles, like think about a right angle or an acute angle, okay? Sometimes it's like a void, okay? Voids, think of what a void is. It's a trap, okay? So sometimes people get lost. All right. You ever see these movies or shows where people like they go into caves and they come out in a whole different world? Okay. So something about mountains again. These caves and mountains, they are like it's portals to other, like, I don't want to say dimensions, but like other like resources. Okay. Ashe. So I see here, I looked up information around the Bermuda Triangle, and basically what I grasped, what they had me write down, okay, was the British overseas territory. Okay, so the North Sea, the Bermuda Triangle, is technically considered or owned, I don't know, by the British, okay, the Britain, whatever. All right, so basically I looked up the etymology of what Brit meant. All right, like Brit from the word British. Okay, it says minute marine animals. Wow. Okay, it literally meant minute marine animals. So there, it automatically points to life. Okay, in the underworld or in the sea, the deep sea. Okay. So they had me, like, literally, they had me look up angle land, okay? Angle land. And when you hear that term, it literally sounds like England, okay? Angle land and England. So the word England literally means land of angles, okay? So these are all the North Sea, all right? So this talks about these perpendicular shapes and angles and basically like voids, okay, like corners in the earth, okay? People get lost. I share. Okay, so that's to answer the question. It's like you ever watched The Truman Show? Literally like that, okay? That movie wasn't there for no reason. Okay, so let me see here. If you were called to this energy here, there was a reason. Okay, so you have been contacted by Sirens. Okay, so I'm getting something about natural healers, being a natural healer. All right, think about what the water is, the spirit of water is. It's healing. Okay, it's hydrating, it's replenishing. Okay, so something about being natural or in a holistic healer here. I'm also getting something about your touch or your fingerprint. Think about when you touch water and it ripples. Okay, I'm getting something about that in actuality. Okay, someone has the power or the pressure. All right, this is power or pressure. Okay, you have a lot of that. Literally. I'm also getting serious beings. Okay, so this is, you may be connected to this message if you are tied to the planet Sirius, okay, or the star system. For example, we do have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is giving me light workers, like I said, uplifters of humanity. I'm also getting the color blue, okay, like I said here, or turquoise could be symbolic. I'm also getting the Dogon tribe, like I said, and then I have the aquatic race. So these are like, I don't know why I just literally got like the world flipped upside down. So like the sea being outer space, for example, okay? A lot of beings have been born and raised literally right under your feet, okay? So you may think that you have reincarnated or you never left, for example. Someone may feel like they just keep coming back, they keep recycling, okay? This is something about the under life or something about living two lives or something, okay? I'm literally getting that with the waters. Something it has been divided or it has been corrupted, all right? But it's still connected. All right, so this is why we may feel like we have a higher self, lower self, okay? It's still one. All right, so that could be symbolic there. I see here being connected to children, okay? So wishing wells, all right? Think about what a wishing well is for. Children literally throw coins in water and make a wish. Think about what a treasure chest is, okay? It's full of coins. So something is symbolic or tied to like the connection with children, okay? Also, the lullabies came back up. Notice that these sirens sing a lot, and it's a very beautiful hymn, okay? So it's attractive, it's calming, okay? Kind of like a mother. So yeah, that brings me back to my point. I just got to bring it back up because we do got some new people in here. If you literally go look up what a nymph is, it's a beautiful woman, okay? And these tribes are known as nymphos. So we've only heard about beautiful feminine mermaids all of our life. It wasn't until recently we started knowing or hearing or remembering that, oh, there's men too, all right? There's men as well. These are actual beings who were cut off from land, who were sold, okay? Slaves. All right, so we have here being deities only of one's imagination. Okay, so I'm literally getting a scenario I was seeing where you are encountering some form of deity. I'm just gonna say this is a deity of your imagination only. Okay, so something that you've been seeing, or maybe you've been dreaming of, okay, fantasizing about this deity, this creature, this okay, this creation has come into life. Okay, is what I'm getting here. I'm seeing, this is not for everybody, but I'm seeing here like you encounter this force, this terrestrial or extraterrestrial in person. Okay, I'm also getting something about water, someone actually being contacted. Okay, I also see here encountering new life, something about discovering these I don't want to call them creatures, okay, but something about discovering, or like I said, encountering, having an encounter with this particular deity, okay, a siren. All right. I'm also hearing something about going near the water or closer to the water, come closer to the water. Okay. I also feel like someone could be in communication with water. Okay, you may be communicating with an actual deity that you can't see. Okay, so even if it never shows, they keep showing me the Wheel of Fortune. Even if it never shows, it's there. Something is one whole, or it's like you're always being watched. All right, kind of like God is watching you from above. Okay, they're watching you from below. All right, just like you're watching the water. All right, think about the waves and how they constantly come in. Something about them like in and out, coming up to shore. Okay, kind of like a jellyfish. All right, is what I'm hearing. So these are very they're very involved. Okay, we may think that they're so like distinct or like so hard to find. They're actually like right in plain sight. Okay, which is kind of scary to think about. Because I'm always talking to water. Like every time, I'm always telepathically communicating with water, or something telekinetic. Like when I'm thinking about something, the waves start to build up. Like who's actually listening, you know? Especially for water to be so powerful. When we say water holds memory, who holds the memory? Who is it that's holding the memory? What's the conscious, or where's the conscious? So we have to think about the vibration of Mother Earth. When we say we're raising the vibration, we're raising the frequency, where's the conscious? Okay, so it's in us to raise it, right? Same thing with the deities in the water. Okay, where's the conscious? Where's the, okay? So that's highly symbolic here. We have the Queen of Cups. So highly intuitive beings here by nature. Okay, something about naturally being tapped in. Okay, I'm also getting intelligent. All right, you could be a water sign, but that's not important. Let me continue. I'm getting passive. Okay, this is something they had me write down. Very passive and non-aggressive beings. Okay, they're not like a threat, okay, but they are territorial. Okay, so think about it. I see here far away from other people, buildings and places. Like I said, remote. These are remote beings. Okay, they keep their distance. They stay out of the way. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. I'm also getting something about sewers. Okay, so I want you to think for a moment what sewers and wells, or like the pipe holes, the drainers. What else do I have here? The gutters. Okay, these things are all created to stop the overflow of water. Think about it. So when it rains, it pours. When the water is pushed up on land, okay, or the water is just flowing, right? Technically, it literally, there's no way out. Okay, so like I said again, we are the animals, okay, the creatures that are intruding the waters. Okay, so what they're saying is these man-made things like gutters and wells, they were only created to stop the overflow of water. Oh my God. And then there's bass. The underworld. Okay. So let me continue. I'm just leave that there. We have a lot of information. So I was looking into a portal. I was looking into a puddle. And I noticed that it literally mirrors the upper world, like the upper atmosphere. So whatever goes on up there goes on inside of it, the puddle, okay? Not the road around it, inside of the puddle. So when I was just channeling into it, I'm like, wow, these remind me a lot of like portals, like a mirror, okay? It literally mirrored the sky. So I'm like, oh wow, that's important to know, okay? Water. Waters are what? Portals. The ocean is what? What? Think about it, whatever you want. So they had me write distance determines the weight of something. Okay, so something about falling or gravity. Okay, the distance determines the weight of it. So it's not about if it drops or if it falls, right? It's about how high it fell. All right, so that's what they're saying here. That's what determines the weight of something. I feel like they're not talking about like how much you weigh. I mentioned pregnant women and children. Okay, so I'm also getting something about webbed body parts. Okay, webbed body parts. I was getting like a webbed head or webbed fingers, kind of like a fish with fins, or certain sea creatures, they have that webbed hand like a duck. Okay, that's aquatic. What else do we have? Like a frog, they have that web. So certain things are connected to wildlife is what they're saying here. I see here the ocean is just a woman giving birth or life. Okay, so think about water. Literally the ocean is just a woman giving life. All right, water is like the fertilizer to trees. Okay, so same thing here. The woman that never stops flowing. All right. I see here we came here to visit. Okay, so they say they came here to visit. Like I said, something about being in community or in harmony, something about harmonizing, uplifting humanity. Exactly. Yeah, the temperance to the judgment card. So you could be connected to this race because you're called to do something like this here. Notice she's in water. Okay, so something about being on land and in water. Okay, these beings are in water. Okay, notice they are in caskets. Okay, they look like they're in caskets. What did I say about the slave ships? All right, a lot of these sirens or mermaids, the nomos, okay, these were actual people, tribes, right? Who were, you know, shipped. What is the word? Like, what is it called when someone throws you overboard? Okay, yeah. These are people, okay, who are here. All right. I'm also seeing here child labor. They had me write down child labor. Think about the world we are in today, okay? Everything that goes around, and then they have the star card. It makes sense. Child labor. All right. We're supposed to be connecting something here. We're supposed to be, you see these stars and how they're aligning? The chariot card, a plan, like a destiny, a purpose, a route, a way. The children, something about children in labor, all right, or children having to suffer. Okay, this could be symbolic to your story. Also something about children having to experience abuse. Notice she's naked. That talks a lot about vulnerability, okay, not being able to protect yourself, all right, being easily accessible, things of that nature. Okay, so this could be symbolic to you here. I see here some people have gone missing without cause. Okay, so some people, you may have heard these sirens stories. Look, the devil card, of course, because there's like a false perception or a false like story placed on these deities. Okay, the devil card. So when you think about mermaids, you think, oh, they're gonna snatch me in the water and eat me, you know. But basically what they said here is some people have gone missing without cause. It was no accident. Okay, so I'm here to tell you, I'm here to admit, yes, some people have been eaten. It was no accident. But I asked him specifically because I needed to know this. This is important to me before anything. The children. I said, have you eaten children? Do you eat children? Is that a target for you? They said, no. They are pure. They are peaceful, okay? They are calm, okay? By nature. Literally, the temperance card. Look how this is coming out. By nature. These are peaceful people, all right? Look at this. The waters. Six of Swords always talk about going to calmer waters. These are calm beings. Okay, these are peacemakers. Like I said, they are the ones working for us, helping us, keeping the waters clean. If it wasn't for the ocean, how would we sustain? We have no idea how important the ocean is to our life. Rain. If we are going in a drought, think about if we go in a drought. Think about how detrimental it would be day in and day out. We would die of dehydration because water comes from natural resources. They don't make water. So that brings me to my next point. Water. They had me write this. Water is the closest nature to God. Okay? Water is the closest nature to God. All right. So also they had me write down, which I thought was actually kind of cliche. Water zaps the electricity. Okay. So water is the compellant. Okay. Water is the ingredient to basically, you ever seen like the two things that shock when you're trying to charge your battery in a car? When it's raining, you get shocked. Okay, so when it's not raining, you don't get shocked, right? Or at least not as easy, not as fast. So water has a charge, is what they're saying here. Okay, so when someone throws a radio into water, the radio doesn't electrocute you, right? It's the reaction with the water. So it has a charge. Okay, there's two magnetic frequencies. They want you to know something. Something is being disturbed within the waters. Okay, we need to be careful with the waters. Okay, we need to be. It's something about generous. It's like we're over. I'm hearing like over consumption. Okay, there's a almost like a thief. Okay, this right here never ends. This never ends. She's gonna keep doing this. Kind of like the little, you ever see like the little watch, the little sand watches? Like when you turn it, it dumps the sand, and when you turn it back around, it dumps the sand. Like it never ends. Same thing here. We have greedy people behind this. Something about contaminating the waters. There's feet in the water. Okay, also, they're mentioning the reason being when you are in the water floating and you get pushed back to the shore, when you get pushed out of the water into the land, okay, notice some people get sucked in. Notice some people get sucked in. And why do they say don't fight it? Okay, so they want you to know that there's a force, okay? This charge, this mother, this being, all right, Oshun is actually forcing or pushing, okay? These waves is for a cause, okay? Everything has a reason. So that, you know how they say there's cause to every effect, right? Same thing there. Something about dirty feet, okay? People have no respect for the water, okay? Literally. So they had me right here, the waters are being controlled. And then they had me quote, whirlpool, okay? So just keep swimming. I'm gonna pull a card on that. Something about just keep swimming. And then whirlpool. The waters are being contaminated. They're being controlled. This is also the water has been activated. Think about when a charge is being thrown, okay? I have 2 reasons here is what they're saying. So when you throw a radio into the water, into the tub, and it electrocutes, it has a shock, or it throws that voltage, okay? Basically what they're saying is the same thing here. Think about when a lightning strikes the water. It has a charge, it creates a storm. So every cause has an effect, okay? All storms start over the water. All tornadoes start over the water. There is a charge, okay? They just keep showing me the Temperance card. Let me see. Okay, so we have here the Page of Swords. Something about the sky. This is talking about the sky. The rivers, the sky and the rivers are connected here. Okay. Think about what a river fall is. Think about what a river fall is, or a waterfall. Okay. Think about when it rains, what is it doing? Okay. So something is connected here. It's almost like, you ever seen a rainbow out and you have this thought or this feeling that like God is doing it, or God is showing you something. Like rainbows are very mythical, or very, like, you know what I mean? They're cool. Something is, it's a message, it's a sign, okay? When the waters never stop flowing, they're saying, like, I'm literally hearing my upstairs neighbor's water running. When the water never cuts off, the bill goes up. Okay, so something raises. The rivers never stop flowing. So, like I said, these drainers, these gutters that they created on the side of the road to stop our cities from flooding, it's not helping. It's not stopping. The rivers are still flowing and flowing. It's getting higher. Okay? So as we raise, we're rising together. All right? That's cool. All right? So let me see. I knew this would be an interesting read, okay? I told you I was waiting on this. Yemoja. That's so funny. Okay, so let me get into this one. So they had me write down the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea. Think about what the Dead Sea is and what it talks about. What it means. What's the Dead Sea? Okay. It's also very important for you to, something about getting your minerals or mineral water is symbolic here, okay? Something specifically about mineral water is important for this race or this group of beings, okay? I'm also getting something about enrichment, okay? So for example, you ever see like vitamin water, okay? Things of that nature. Something about like, you know, having that extra boost in your water or that extra kick. It's symbolic, all right? So I'm seeing here, y'all wouldn't believe this shit. Y'all wouldn't believe this. Y'all are not gonna believe this. Y'all are not gonna believe this. Y'all are not gonna believe this. I literally looked it up. The Bermuda Triangle is literally the North Sea, right? The Bermuda Triangle is the North Sea. Quote. Dude, tell me why that's the same place where the Titanic quote unquote sank. We never asked ourselves why. We never even knew. You probably didn't even know that. Dude, think about the slave ships. That's what it is. I always heard that the Titanic was a lie, like it was a straight lie. Okay, just like the Twin Towers, it was a lie, like a hoax. Okay, some type of like plan or something. Like there was a scheme. Whatever this is, think about it. Why did this ship fall and so many jewels and gold was uncaptured? So many things, or excuse me, was captured, was recaptured. this was a lie. Something was scandalous, okay? So they showed you white faces, rich white people that died. People barely made it. Families had to squeeze on little boats. What do those boats look like? The same little boats that we use to what? Escape, to hide, okay? To run off, okay? Those same little boats that they use in the Titanic is the same boats that we would use to free ourselves, okay? Notice how they played this story. So it literally happened in the same territory as the Bermuda Triangle, okay? When you think about how these mermen or these mermaids, these sirens, you think about how they're sitting on treasures. You know, the treasure chest that you've learned about? These very same things, it belongs to these people, okay? So this is why the Titanic was such a thing. It was such a classic because it talked about our legacy. It talked about who we were, okay? Our riches, okay? Our, lifestyle, okay? I don't really remember the Titanic too much, but it talked a lot about like classes, okay? If you looked at the ship, there were lower class and there were higher class, okay? But all of them came together. All of them had fun. All of them were doing what they wanted, right? There was some type of intrusion, okay? Like a remember I showed you the what is it called? You ever see the things that block water from rushing over or running over? I think it's called like a dam or something, but the same thing is what happened with this boat. Something came in and literally caused everything and everybody to fall, okay? Like it was sudden. It was like a intrusion, okay? And they turned the story. They flipped the script, okay? Literally, these beings were actually killed. These people were actually hijacked, okay? And yeah, okay, so it gets deep here is what they're saying. So I see here, the top has been disconnected from the bottom. So think about when people say our map, the map we see is not the map that truly is. It's not the actual landscape, okay? If you didn't know, now you know. When you look at Africa and you look at the distance it takes, or you look at how far off it is, even when they show you, I don't know, these NASA photos, it's not what it appears, okay? So the same thing with these calendars, okay? It's not true to that. That's not the construct. That's not nature's construct. These are man-made appliances, tools to keep people managed, to keep people in control, okay? To keep people on a systematic way of living. Why? So you can codepend on their plan, okay? So if I keep giving you rules, if I keep writing the rules and not telling you, why are they rules, you're just going to keep following them because I never gave you a second choice. I never said apply to these rules or don't, okay? So we're in an injustice, imbalance, like there's something, okay, corrupt about our system, our regions. They're saying the regions, all right? It's not what it seems. All right, on the outside, around you. Like when you get on a plane and you see nothing but land, but they tell you we are overpopulated. It's something that's not right. The map, what you see is not the map that's actually there, okay? So what they're saying here is the top has been disconnected from the bottom, and then they reference the Atlantis. Think about the city of Atlantis, okay? They're mentioning something about the Mayans, all right? But I'm hearing the Atlantis, all right? Think about how it was disconnected, or the tree of life, how it was disconnected from its roots. Same thing. These continents, the different continents, it's been separated. It's been like brutalized is another word, to literally corrupt something or beat it up or discombobulate it, to separate it, all right? To literally disfigure it, or is it dismantled? Yeah. Literally, this looks like someone who's corrupting the trees or separating the roots, like someone who's foul, all right? This is mankind. So that brings me to my point. Something about humanity. There's a difference between humanity and mankind, all right? And we're gonna get into it. But first, let me let my kitty out because she won't stop. Ooh. There you go. Whew. Okay, so I'm back. I need water. So they had me list Africa, Russia, Asia, China, etc. is all still connected from the underview. Okay, so if you're at the bottom of the ocean and you're looking at the top, it all looks like one. Literally. So only on this is where it's divided. Only up here on this, I guess, level, okay? Think about sea levels. On this level, it's literally, it's an island. We have islands. We have neighborhoods, okay? We have countries. We have cities, states. The map was created to literally separate when we're all one. It's no coincidence you don't, when you drive without the map, or you drive without the road signs, you drive without the, what is it called, the stoplights. It's a different system, okay? So we are being controlled. When you sit at a red light for 10 minutes and it runs up your gas, it's all like a controlled basis, all right? But underneath, they're saying everything is still one. Everything is still connected. The whole aquatic land is still one whole piece. Just like the sky, it's not divided. The sky is not divided. It's only this level that's separated. So that's a message. They had me write down nomads, and I looked up the term, what is a nomad? Because it sounds like nymphos, the nymphos, okay, or the nomos. But they had me write down nomads, and it literally means to live by travel, okay? Someone who literally travels for a living, okay? They're not designated in one area or rooted in one, okay? So kind of like a river always flows, and all the water leads back to the same, you feel me, pool. Same thing here. The whole underworld is like, I'm saying underworld because they're like the water's underneath us. So technically that's the underworld. That's the inner world. That's the upper world. But yeah, they live by travel, and they're always traveling. Okay. I see here the tree of life, and we mentioned the tree of life, how things were connected once upon a time. Okay, how we operated when the tree was still connected. We always talk about the tree of life, but we never talk about the water of life, okay? When the waters are all connected, every stream, river, lake, well, I don't know about lakes, but ocean, sea, okay, is literally all leading to the same whole, okay? I don't know if you know this or not. We're in daylight savings now. Don't you think that's odd? Don't you feel something is off with that? Just like how in Africa, it's like 12 o'clock right now. It's like 1 a.m. right now. Don't you think that's odd? Or when we have an eclipse, don't you think that's odd? Okay? These are things to start to question. All right, I feel like this could also be connected to this group. You guys are out thinkers, or you think out of the box. Okay, something about not being connected or feeling like connected to other people or other races, something like that here. Like I said, these sirens, these aquatic creatures, they're isolated most of the time. Think about a dolphin or fish. You don't see those all the time. Okay, they're always doing their own thing, like a crab. All right, so same thing here. Especially when you live underwater, it's a whole different scenery. All right, time is slower. Okay, literally, you ever try to run in water? It's slower, it's harder. Also, you're lighter in water. That also makes a lot of sense. Let me see here. Where are we? Yeah, I was getting something about being highly intelligent, whoever this group is. I'm also getting something about being studied by scientists, the way your brain operates or something like that. Like I said, you guys are connected to the right brain. You're highly intellectual. So you guys are always, these are like geniuses, okay? These are people who maybe didn't have I'm getting literal people who had a hard time in school. These are people who didn't comprehend normal education, quote normal education, okay? Getting something about basic math, basic science, like these were things that were confusing to you, okay? These were things that were too contained for you, okay? So like I said, you guys think out of the box. You guys are smart, okay? I'm also getting something about like worms. You guys are like worms. Something about being connected to books, okay? Or you could be a reader, someone who's a seer, who has a lot of knowledge. Anybody who reads books are intelligent, okay? There's things you will find in books that you'll never hear someone say, okay? So that could be symbolic to the energy here, the group. Yeah, you guys are the true, like these are wise people. These are people of wisdom. Like I said, you may have struggled with normal education, but you have a lot of wisdom. Okay, you have strong genes or something about roots. You're rooted. Okay, these are ancient tribes. Okay, I'm also getting tribes that were I'm getting like colonizers or something about being like I don't know why I'm getting like domains or certain like I guess I can say tribes, but these are certain hierarchy beings who have fallen from some form of like lifestyle, or you've been disconnected from your roots, okay? All right, I'm seeing deities who have been separated from their home, so it's hard for you to identify who you are, okay? This could be symbolic. You have been lost. You've been thrown into like the wilderness and left, okay? These are people who have survived. You always find yourself surviving, okay? Fighting, having to fight your way out of things, or you may have to go through things blind. These are like true warriors here that I'm talking to. Very old energy, very indigenous, all right? Yeah, the Hermit card again. I'm literally getting natural healers, okay? Something about the book of life, all right? Something about your heart is wise. You have the wisest heart or something like that. Yeah, the stars, these are the stars. If you think about what stars are, they're old, or they're the oldest quote in the universe. Think about what a star is, okay? Or how long they are kept in one spot, okay? Yeah, the stars. I'm seeing stars here and more stars. These are true leaders. You see how you're on this ranking? True leaders here. All right, so let's get into humanity versus mankind. All right, let me sit up a little bit. Humanity versus mankind, which literally points out the Chariot card. Humanity versus mankind. This is like, you see this sign here? It makes me think of like the government, basically. Okay, and when I see these two like Sphinx lions, it makes me think of like nature. Okay, some things are being controlled, or something has been dominated here. Or if you think about a zoo, animals don't have the freedom they used to. Okay, if you go to Africa, for example, a lot of animals are being contained. Okay, or like is the word detained for their natural way of living. So you have to pay to see them. They can't live freely. You have to pay to see them. They can't live freely. All right. So check this. This is very interesting. They said here a tree is actually not heavy. So the tree that you see standing up like 16 feet high, no coincidence there. Okay, something about being 16 feet high or 16 feet long. Okay, these are actually very big creatures. Think about a whale. Okay, something about being connected to whales. They're pointing out Godzilla. Okay, that was symbolic. These are actual like I don't know why I'm hearing centaurs. Okay, so like half horse, half man. These are beings, creatures that are like possibly of your imagination that are literally getting here. Okay, but I was gonna say, that's funny. A tree is actually not heavy. It's the roots carrying the weight. Okay, so a tree isn't heavy. It's the roots that are weighing it down. Think about when you go outside and you see someone cutting down a tree. Okay, it's not the tree that they struggle with cutting down. That just falls. It blows in the wind, right? It's the roots that are so heavy to snatch out and pull up. You feel me? That's the weight. That the roots. So that's something symbolic, okay? It's not about your body, it's not about your genetics or your features or who you hang around. It's your roots, all right? Something about your background is what matters, okay? So I feel like something is symbolic, okay, about traveling backwards or connecting to your roots here, connecting to your soul, your tribe, all right? Those who have ordained you, all right? These are your ancestors, okay? So something about wishing wells. These sirens are connected to wishing wells, okay? Like I said, I feel like something about paying homage. When you throw a coin, something actually hears you. Think about when you make a wish. Who are you telling it to? When you say, I wish, you call upon that spirit, okay? So same thing here. A wishing well is think about paying homage, okay? So it's like you are trading, you're making some form of trade, okay, between the spirit world. What is a wish? Okay, it's very spiritual. Think about back then, birthdays, when they would chant around the candle. Okay, that's what it is. It's a spirit, it's an invocation. Okay, so that's what they're saying they're connected to here. I also would be aware, I wouldn't say careful, but be aware when you are singing near water. Okay, something about vibration. All right, think about dolphins, how vibration or echolocation, things of that nature can be felt. Okay, you ever been underwater but can hear someone talking? Like the mumble, the vibe, the vibration, it's like beating, okay? Everything is sound underwater. It's almost like a feeling, okay? When you're in water, the sound becomes a feeling. So something is highly symbolic about that, all right? Standing in water. I'm also getting something about knee deep. Knee deep is what I'm hearing. They had me write down the term arugula. Arugula. Not arugula, the green leaf, but arugula. All right. And I feel like that has something to do with the babies, okay? The collection of the babies, or it's almost like the role they play in our lives. All right. So they pointed out having stingers, all right? So if you're connected to this tribe here, this group, something about having a natural ability to shock people or to sting, or you may even like something about friction, or you may have had a lot of friction, or your body reacts to certain textures, okay? I know like when I rub against like cardboard, I start to feel weird, okay? I start to feel weird. Also, one time someone had picked up one of my belongings and they got shocked, okay? They were like, ow, it shocked me, and it was a kid, okay? So something about being very like electric, or like I said, telekinetic. You have a connection here. Think about, they're bringing me back to this again. Think about when electricity hits water, when a light pole hits water and it just shocks it, you know what I mean? Same thing when electricity, like a lightning bolt, shocks the water and everything around it is affected by it. Okay, when a cat is placed into water, it has this reaction where it's like restless. Okay, cats don't go well in water, and they always say not to bathe your cat, and it's no coincidence they're licking themselves all day. So something is connected there with water and cats. Okay. Lifesavers, helpers, deep cleaners. So when you see the lifesaver, the actual like rescue lifesaver thing, they're saying that's highly symbolic to helpers or being helpers of the planet. They're saying they play this role. I don't know if this is pertaining to saving humanity, think about it, or if this is just like watching over humanity. If you pay attention to lifeguards, okay, they just basically kind of watch at a distance. Something about like watching from afar. I don't know why I'm seeing like eyes, like basically like this in water, okay, but I'm literally getting that there's a lot of like eyes, or the ocean has eyes. All right, which is very symbolic. I notice a lot when I'm like the waves. It's so weird. So I see here incubator, something about a controlled environment for the care and protection of premature or unusual small babies. So I'm literally getting something about, I don't know why this pulls me back into this childhood abandonment thing here, but it seems like children who are abandoned, or children who like special breeds, okay, who were mistreated or harmed in a way, like behind closed doors. Maybe you feel like you never got your justice. There were deities watching over you. Okay, something about being close to nature, close to God here. You were always being heard, or your cries, something about your tears. It's like you're always being heard, or was like a call. Okay, so every time you cry, all right, it's almost like the songs they sing. That's weird. That's crazy. Think about when they're crying these songs, or when they're singing these songs, it sounds like someone is like a, it's so mysterious. It's like captivating. You know what I mean? Think about when a baby is crying. It's like manipulative. Okay, so something with that here, but they're controlling the babies, or they're like hiding the babies. Okay, I don't know why I was getting something about babies being like what's the word I can use? I literally have it written. Babies are being not held captive, but babies are being actually like saved. Okay, something is looking out. Okay, all right, something is looking out for the babies. I'm literally getting that. Let me see here. Y'all, I have hella notes. Okay, I'm almost done though. I'm also getting divine feminine energy. Okay, very symbolic here. Something about having very strong blood. All right, you may have a heavy flow or a heavy cycle. This is symbolic here. Your blood is very powerful. I'm also getting something about tribal bleeding. Have you ever heard of that? Connecting. Something is yes, it's helping to reconnect something here. All right. I'm also getting fighting for your roots. Think about when all of the trees are getting cut down. If we don't stand up for it, eventually we're not gonna have any. Okay. Something about fighting for your roots. Wow, that's no coincidence. Okay. Fighting for your roots, or tribal bleeding. Something helps with the earth. All right. Something goes into the roots. Something helps. All right. What you see is what you get, is what I just heard. I'm also getting something about being unbothered. All right, something about being unbothered. You may be very distant, or you may always be kind of hidden in plain sight. All right, you may always feel like everything is moving around you. All right, like kind of like you're spectating your own life. Okay, that's symbolic to the ocean is what they're saying here. All right, something about the dream state. All right, I'm also getting here these are deities, like these are actual whoever you are. If you're connected to this reading, it's saying you were born with a strong sense of purpose. You may have felt this all of your life, like you didn't come here for the regular degular. Like this wasn't just no easy go, you know, you always had to do the work. Okay, I'm literally getting that. These are people who had to you had to make sacrifices at a young, okay, since a young. All right, these are also people who didn't really fit in much. You didn't fit in much. All right, so it was harder for you to make friends or harder for you to connect or something like that. Something about you were being called to the waters or you were being pulled in. Something about that. I'm getting, you guys are like the waves. You guys are the waves, like the movement. Okay, you're the movement of the earth. You're the movement of the planet. Okay, so you control like the frequency of something here. I'm getting real leaders. Yeah, look at this. I'm getting control. People who are in control, like by you being who you are helps people to like come out of something. Okay, all right, you ever went into the ocean? Okay, they're comparing you to the ocean. All right, if you ever went into the ocean and you were feeling bad, you ever got out of the water and you just felt cleansed or purified. I feel like this is symbolic to your spirit or your energy. Having a conversation with you is very healing. Okay, hugging you, being near you, being close to you. Sometimes when I go and sit out on the beach, I'm so at peace. Okay, so these beings, whoever you are very untroubled. You're very peaceful people. Okay, that's funny. Someone says like baptism. Okay, like literally purifiers of the earth. Okay, cleansers. So you had to go through something. You had to face something alone is what I'm getting here. I'm also getting, you've always had the connects. Like water is everywhere. You've always had the connects. Okay. I'm also hearing something about a phone call. Okay. It says here, demonstrates a mixed state from the outside. This one is very, very, very interesting to me. Whoever you are, it says you demonstrate a mixed state from the outside. So whenever you are being watched or whenever someone is like observing you, okay, they're analyzing you, they're curious. Like I said, when I started to tap into this energy, doing this work with the sirens, I felt curious, like there was this mystery to them. Okay, so something about your energy naturally being alluring. All right, think about the sirens, how they allure and how they basically they sit at a distance and they attract. Okay, so something is highly symbolic here. Having a natural pull, okay? Like the ocean, it has a natural pull, okay? A natural, what is it? Currency, all right? So your energy is felt, your vibe is high, all right? I'm also getting something about a death threat, okay? Let's see here. Oh, I'm done after this. Cool. We haven't been here for much long, or for that long. So I have here troubled waters. And that's funny, I said that you guys were untroubled, okay? So this is the type of energy that has been corrupted or you've been bothered or tainted, okay? So something about being touched could be symbolic here. Or maybe you were forced, okay, growing up. Maybe you had a lot of peer pressure, okay? That could be symbolic here. I'm also getting someone who was very naive or vulnerable. People pressured you or pushed you into doing certain things, or you know what I mean, being around certain people you really didn't want to be around. All right, so I'm getting something about having to I'm I'm getting like sacrifice, like you had to do something or witness something. You had to be there, okay? I'm also getting something about a tidal wave, like you had to be there, all right? The last survivors, something about the last survivors, okay? These are the last survivors. Think about when every man or living thing on land, things that couldn't operate in the waters, they died, they were drowned out, or they were burned alive. But think about when you're in the waters, okay? These were the last beings to be here, okay? To survive. I'm also getting something about being ossified, okay? So these are ossified giants. You may see these giants on mountains. That's why they were mentioning mountains. Something about seabelts also. They had me look up the term. Literally, they said seabelt, and I looked it up, and I was connecting the dots because I couldn't quite figure it out. But when they pointed out a mountain, if you look at like sometimes mountains have like this sense of like a sea level dropped. Okay, if you ever pay attention, sometimes mountains have like lines, a lot of like debris or certain like attachments to it, almost like life was there before it. I don't know if I'm making sense, but if you pay attention, you'll see how land was once covered, or it was once water, okay? Pay attention to the Bible and how earth was formed, okay? How God could walk on water. Also, yeah, something about a lot of ships or slave ships. These are the very same ships in the movie Titanic. Okay, a lot of people went missing. Okay, think about the Bermuda Triangle. How it is literally like a placeholder. Okay, so where are all these bodies going is what they're saying. A lot of things are washing up, or some things aren't. Okay, some things sink. Not everything floats. So they're saying something about like things or beings, deities that have they've settled on the sea bed, like this, the floor of the sea, okay, and life was created, okay. It's a science to it. Also, something about time traveling. If you've ever been in the water, you notice time goes by differently, okay? You feel things differently. Your awareness is at a peak, at a high, okay? In water specifically. People think clearer when they're showering, okay? People, when you're bathing, when you're sitting in water, think about how you feel or what's going through your mind, you know? It's a different world. That's what they're saying. Let me see here. Oh, this is actually interesting. These are the notes that they had me write, and then I'm gonna go. But it says here, we begin every day the same. It is in mankind to recreate and destroy nature's routine. So they said it loud and clear. We wake up and begin every day the same. Think about the sun, okay? Think about birds. They are on a natural correspondence. This level of comprehension, this level of existing is only of God, okay? For something to have, like the sun, it has to be a God doing this. There has to be a higher power, okay, behind it, controlling it, managing it, okay? Like it's a natural reoccurrent system. And it's also on a routine, like a natural, consistent routine. All right. So they're saying we begin every day the same way. Okay. It is in mankind to recreate and destroy nature's routine. Okay. So think about it. All right. Let me see here. Oh, this one's interesting. All right. This is something to think about. Trees are masculine. Trees are masculine. Water is feminine. Okay. So think about how a tree never stops growing, all right? And a tree never stops expanding, okay? Think about a man's phallus. It never stops expanding or growing, okay? Or standing, I say. And then we have water. Water never stops flowing, okay? Think about a woman, okay? Her waters never stop flowing. We never stop getting wet. Okay, same thing with the, like I mentioned earlier, water being the fertilizer to the trees. Okay, so that's the life. That's the life that's bearing. When you have a seed, okay, from a tree, the dad, you the seed, the mother actually is the fertilizer, okay, to the seed. Think about how a plant grows from the water. So without the water, there is no life. All right. So that's something to remember. We need to keep the waters clean. All right. Hashtag no hashtag. All right. So yeah, they had me write down the last survivors. Okay. So something about being on. I'm literally getting something about AD. Okay. um, if you ever heard something about like 100 billion years ago or 200 billion years ago. These are trillions of years ago, okay? I'm getting something about outdated. This is outdated and beyond man comprehension, okay? A lot of you being sitting in this very live chat existed trillions of years ago, okay? All right? I'm getting something about stampede or some form of like intrusion of a race or some form of like this was a race that has came into this realm and created and created and recreated the recreation. Okay, I'm seeing deities who share land. Like these are gentle deities, like I said, very peaceful beings of peace. They don't want war. You guys here, you shared land. Okay, you shared land, or you decided to like move over, basically. All right, is what I'm getting here. I'm gonna leave that there. They said here to pay attention to the life created. Pay attention to the life created. All right, I don't know what that necessarily means, but I'm gonna let you have that. Pay attention to the life created. All right. It says here, the more attention, the more expansion. All right, so the more you feed your time or you invest your energy, the greater it expands. So this is specifically for you to know. I'm just gonna leave that there. All right. Something about everything telling a story. Everything tells a story. All right. Oh, and then that's funny. I posted this about this today, but I'm gonna restate it because it's here. We must end holding hands. Us as one, we are one. Okay, think about the circle of life. We must end in one. Okay, so holding hands. I have here notice we don't hold hands anymore. We just shake each other's hands and then we break back apart. Okay, they wanted to mention that it's in order to restore the heart. In order to restore the heart, think about what earth spells backwards. Okay, in order to restore the heart, we have to hold on, I want to read it how they have it. In order to restore the heart, we are the missing, needing pieces. We are the pieces missing, the broken pieces to this puzzle, the heart. Think about the movie Moana and how she was connected to water, okay, and how she had to restore the heart with one little token. Okay, that talks about the treasures, the chests, okay, these deities in the waters who have been stolen from and destroyed and basically thrown. A lot of people who were thrown underwater will never be found again, okay? Think about that. And even in modern day, people who get kidnapped and raped and thrown into waters, they're never found again, okay? Sometimes they are, but that's symbolic here. We have to restore the heart, and we do that collectively. We have to end holding hands. The movie Us literally spoke of this very message, okay? And the very end, they were all holding hands all across the country, all across the nation, and they were all connected. There was no split. There was no seas dividing them. Okay, it's not the water's fault. That's what they want you guys to remember, to know. It is not the waters that are dividing us. This is only mankind. It's in their nature to corrupt. Okay, Like they said, we begin every day the same way. It is in mankind to recreate and destroy nature's routine. Okay? I just heard population control. Okay, and then we have here like music, the quieter, they said like music, the quieter, the louder, the better. Okay, so I feel like this is in reference to some form of sound or the sirens. Okay, like music, the quieter, the louder, the better. Okay, I'm also getting something about loud music or drowning out sounds. That is very symbolic, drowning out the sounds. All right, loud music. Also see here something about being naturally reactive or repellent to negative forces. So I was paying attention to a squirrel. Something about looking back. The squirrel scattered, but he looked back, like he checked, almost to see where I had went. Okay. If an animal is scared, think about a baby, for example. If they're afraid, they're not looking back. If you're scared, you're not looking back, you're running, and you're never looking back. But the animal, they look back. They look back, okay? So something about that being symbolic to you, your shine, your light, okay? It never cuts off, or it never like, it's not the reason to something. I feel like these are energies that may feel like disconnected, or you may feel like you have no place, or you don't know what's the meaning of something, but you are the roots. You are the roots, okay? So people, these animals, these deities, certain things, the waters, they respond to this essence, this power that you carry, that you have, okay? Confirmation. Also see here something about the babies. All right, so you guys are the babies. You guys are these are like pure souls, pure people, very pure people, okay? This is the last message. It says water contamination leads to volcanic eruption. Okay, so we are literally setting our own self on fire. I'm literally hearing play with fire, get burned. Think about how larva is accumulated, okay? The chemicals, and also how water is literally the base, the core of every single thing, every living thing. Water has something to do with it. So when you are contaminating the waters, and these waters have feelings, water has feelings, water has a mind, a conscious, okay? When these waters are being disturbed, it reacts, it responds, it gets angry, it bursts, okay? It blows up, right? Same with the volcanoes, okay? Also storms are always accumulated over the water, like I said, okay? So the more we infuse rage and we project all these negative emotions, water is emotional, okay? It has feelings. The more we corrupt it, it's throwing the balance off, okay? Which we're just burying our own self, okay? But that's all I have. Let me see if they have any more messages. That was very powerful. Ashe. Took me a while, but we made it. I do accept donations if you guys are open to it. Thank you. We're gonna head out. Just gonna get one more message. It's the final energy. Someone has been contacted by sirens, okay? I'm also getting you're gonna receive a lot of messages specifically coming from the waters, okay? Specifically coming from the waters. This is even gaining direction, clarity in the water, all right? I keep seeing the Empress, but she doesn't want to come out. That could be symbolic. Think about Mother Oshun and her essence, okay? How she can be taken for granted, okay? How her energy, her love can be taken for granted, okay? Same thing in the movie Moana, when the water was reactant to the baby, the child, and it stood up and it kept her alive. It literally backed up for her. That's highly symbolic to this reading here. She was very protected. Something about being anointed. I'm also getting like a baby who didn't drown. Like these are incidents where like you are actually you're like a survivor, or you're some type of like, this is like a supernatural ability here. Someone who can like withstand certain pressures or certain degrees where like the average person wouldn't. Okay. I think last night, I'm just gonna say I think, because I could have sworn I wasn't, but I think like, you know, when the blanket is over your nose, it's like your breathing, it slows down. When I woke up, I was being told to thank God, like that I woke up, because I don't know what that's about, but it's like even if you were to stop breathing, you're still alive. Like I'm getting somebody who withstands this like this pressure, or these outstanding circumstances. Like this is a different type, this is a different breed, okay, where there would be like this massive wave that corrupted everything you see, you would survive. Okay, this is someone who can breathe underwater, things of that nature, someone who has a gift. Not, I can't come on here and try to force everybody to understand me. If it fits, it fits. These are magnificent powers, okay? These are people who are like hydrokinetic. You have a very fond memory here, okay? You're very tapped in, very spiritual, okay? I'm also getting something about being high. You're very high. I feel like that's energetically like you're ranking who you are. You're very high. I'm also getting anyone connected to this tribe, this Dogon tribe, or these energies are very like powerful. Like these are craftsmen, craft women. Like they say, mermen. These same energies are like very like potent. Your ability is potent, okay? What you can do, your capabilities. I'm also getting something about potentiality is out of this world, okay? I knew it wanted to come out. The Ace of Cups, exactly. These are divine powers, okay? These are deities who are like able to shift and dive into the water one thing and come out another, okay? Literally getting like people who shift, okay? I mentioned this before. A lot of you guys are going to start witnessing, you're bringing in a lot of imagination, your imagination. Okay, so when you create these worlds and you travel and you go there and you pull these creatures back in with you, okay, through your dream state, through your imagination, daydreaming, you're creating some form of like vortex, okay, for like the other world or the other side to come through to you, okay? So I'm getting something about coming through in from the other side, pulling in, okay, certain deities. That's funny, they have movies, 2 movies coming out. One is a horror movie, one is a animated child movie, okay? It's literally talking about your imagination coming to life, okay? That's no coincidence, bro. Okay, and the final energy is the Tower, all right? After the Ace of Cups, right? Divine intervention. There's a divine intervention. Yeah, exactly. The Hierophant. This is God, nature. Okay, so that's what I have here. Yeah, there's a lot of water energy around you, okay? A lot of intuition, a lot of gut feeling, a lot of natural instinct, deeper knowing, a deeper feeling, a sense, like this presence around you where you're always alarmed, okay? Okay, so I'm just gonna let you go. God bless you. Thank you for the likes, the support. God bless you all. Yeah, peace and love to you. Ashe.